Hi, this is Mr. RB. Today we're going to turn this regular letter D into a three-dimensional letter D. I have my eraser, my pencil, the paper, and a straight edge. To begin with, I'm going to create a horizon line up high on my paper. I'm putting it up high because I want my letter D to feel like it's sort of below me at foot level or knee level, and I'm looking down on it. I create a horizontal line for my horizon from one side to the other. And this will separate sky from ground. It's also the same thing as my eye level. So my eye is about that high. Everything below this is below my eye level, including my letter D. Everything above it would be above my eye level, and I would be looking up at it, like I look up at clouds or things on the ceiling. Next, I'm adding a vanishing point, 1 point, far over on the left in this case. Because there is only one vanishing point, we'll call this one-point perspective. I'm now going to connect, I forgot to do something. I didn't turn this into a bubble letter yet. With the letter D, to turn that into a bubble letter, I'm just going to add a smaller uppercase D right in the middle of my original one. I now have my D becoming a bubble letter D, ready to become a three-dimensional letter D. I need to connect the corners, 1, 2, and somewhere along here, which we'll talk about in a moment, to the vanishing point. Let's see how. For this straight line, I just need to connect the bottom. I line it up with that vanishing point, and I'm going to make a line that goes towards the vanishing point. I'm going to repeat with the top corner towards the vanishing point. And now I need a line that goes from the top to the bottom in the same way that this line does. This line goes vertical, straight up and down. So I'm just going to take my straight edge, place it on that vertical, slide a little to the left, and connect. I'm going to reinforce those segments that I'm keeping because I'm actually going to get rid of all the rest of this. That was just work line. And if I was doing this in, say, ink and watercolor, at some point I would probably go over these lines that I'm keeping with maybe a black Sharpie and then start adding in some watercolor or colored pencil. Next, I want to figure out where the curve, because I need a curve, there's a curve along the front, I need a curve along the back that comes along and disappears, but where exactly? Here's the trick I'm going to use. I'm going to make a series of lines that are the same length as this one. And that's about, maybe a little over ½ an inch. So I'm just going to put my pencil on my vanishing point, ruler on the pencil, and I'm just going to make a series of lines, all of which point to the vanishing point, and all of which are about the same length. Something curious is happening. I've run out of D to connect. Notice at this point, if I go any further, when I pivot, if I pivot any further, I'm just off the letter D. That's okay. I don't need that other part. I now have these lines to help guide me. I know that it's going to come from here up, and then it's going to curve around and connect. I can add a little tone to separate that from the front of the D. And now I need to do the inside. Same thing I did on the top. I'm going to put my pencil on the vanishing point, straight edge on the pencil, and I'm going to make a series of those lines. Oh my, that one disappears because it hits the edge of the D. That's okay. This one, yeah, I got the full length in, about maybe ½ an inch. Oh my, there's some more, plenty of room there. I'm just working my way around, and I'll keep going until I start to hit the edge of the window of that D again. You'll see in a moment. Oops, just about out of window. Yep. Notice that last one, I didn't fit the whole line in. That's okay, because it means it ends there. It's already ended. So now, I'm going to just connect these. And there we go. Again, I always feel like these look like the cross ties on a railroad or railroad track or on a roller coaster track. I'm just going to add a little tone so they stand out so it's easier for you to see. I think it emphasizes the illusion of the 3 dimensions and makes it a little more believable. I'm going to curve my marks around because the curving marks will help describe that curving form. Oops, went over the edge, so I cleaned that up a little. Put a little tone on the side, the original side, that first one I did. So much easier to draw the straight, angular shapes than the curvy ones, for me at least. Bring up that front edge. I will say, if your drawings are clean and neat, they tend to be more convincing. That being said, some people are really comfortable doing meticulous, clean, precise things, and some of us, oh, it just gets really wearing and hard. So, you got to do what you got to do. And not every drawing or every piece of artwork needs to be about clean and meticulous and precise. So you kind of use your way of doing things and your way of being to create things that are appropriate for you. It's great to stretch and go, that is really different from how I try things, and I'm going to try to get some of that myself. But there's also something to be said for having your own way of doing things. Whether it's very meticulous and precise, or kind of loose and gestural. Find out what works for you. Anyhow, there's a letter D that now looks a bit 3-dimensional. True, I could add a little bit of shadow down here, and that would probably add to the illusion. But shadow? That's for another day. Enjoy!